local people, local news and events, local sports, local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, thanks for joining us here at the new Lloydminster Nissan. I want to start by saying thank you to the Lloydminster Partnership Summit for having me out yesterday to moderate the panel between Tyler Morin with Sajitiwa Development Corporation and Kelly Rogers with Ecoplast Solutions. It's the third time I've been asked to moderate, and I've enjoyed it a lot, all 3 times. Now, the first time I was able to do so, it was with this lady's husband, Mike Young. And Cynthia joins us today, and she has brought Leah Gibb with her today to talk about the cultural connections at Weaver Park happening on Monday and Tuesday. And we're excited that she's brought Leah to be here today. We're going to find out more about the Dreamcatchers Club. We also have Laurie Harris and Jolene McGillis joining us in a bit, and they're going to talk to us about the Native Friendship Center's Community Walk. SwiftNet.ca is now available in Lloydminster, Cold Lake, North Battleford, and surrounding communities. Get local internet that you can rely on with no data caps, starting at just $39.99. And because they're local, you won't spend hours on hold anymore. It's unmatched customer service. Call 306-825-7111 today or visit swiftnet.ca. We've really been impressed with the nominations that we've been getting in for Cupcakes for Caregivers, and we invite you to send in your nominations. You can nominate a caregiver or caregivers for Cupcakes for Caregivers just by emailing livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. Cupcakes for Caregivers is presented by Sobeys Lloydminster and Umbrella Marketing and Design, Inc. And as we head into the weekend, let's find out what's happening on the entertainment side of things. Here's Live in Lloyd, presented by the Vic Juba Theatre and May Cinema 6. We're here at the Vic Juba Theatre, and we'd like to introduce you to the newest Vic Juba Theatre team member, Tanis Heinz. Tanis, welcome to Vic Juba Theatre.
Thank you so much, Kurt.
You guys are kicking off the season in a big, big way.
That's right. We sold out our first show of the season, Menopause the Musical 2, and we'd just like to say thank you to everybody who's bought tickets. It's a great way to start the season.
Now, there's another big name coming to the Vic Juba Theatre. If you miss tickets to Menopause 2, don't miss tickets to Jess Moskaluk.
That's right, October 7th.
Hey you, it's Jess Moskaluk inviting you to my biggest ever cross-Canada tour. The Life for Me tour is stopping in Lloydminster, Alberta at the Vic Juba Community Theatre on October 7th, and I can't wait to show you what we've been working on. Don't forget, have some fun and dress in theme. Alberta, yours is obviously camo, for your chance to win a merch package at the end of the tour. This is gonna be such a fun and interactive show, so make sure you're following me along on my Instagram if you aren't already, at Jess Moskaluk, so that you can vote on my set list every night. You have a say in what you wanna hear. It's your show. VIP packages are also now on sale, so grab your show tickets and your VIP experience tickets now at jessmoskaluk.com. See you so soon. Mwah.
Jess Moskaluk is coming to our Omer Chevrolet stage October 7th. This Canadian powerhouse is bringing all the hits, including cheap wine and cigarettes, country girls, and more.
And the incredible sounds of Jim Croce come to the Vic Juba Theatre on Monday. I caught up with John Hewitt, who told us this is going to be a special tribute.
It's a tribute show, but we're not a cover band. We're trying to approach it as musicians who are trying to do the music justice. And I think sometimes, much like us, when we first heard his music, it sort of changed our lives, or somebody who heard the records when they came out in the early 70s. I like the idea of, someone who's 15 or 20 or a young songwriter or something who comes to the show or comes with their grandparent or something and leaves going, wow, I got to dig into this guy's catalog. And I hope some of these artists still get played like they do classical music, 400 years old, they're still playing it. And I hope to just be a part of keeping some of those legends alive on stage even long after they're gone.
Every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song.
And Tanis, we just want to remind people that there's a lot of scammers out there.
That's right. Go to vicjubatheater.ca to get your tickets. Just be careful because there's a lot of ticket scammers out there, and we don't want people to get scammed.
It's the only place to buy tickets, vicjubatheater.ca. And here at May Cinema 6, we got a big-time movie opening from a big-time director and featuring an all-star cast. One Battle After Another opens at May Cinema 6 tonight. This is the latest film from director Paul Thomas Anderson, who's directed Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood, and Magnolia. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Regina Hall, and Benicio del Toro in a dramatic, dark comedy telling the story of a group of ex-revolutionaries who reunite to rescue one of their own daughters after a common enemy resurfaces. This one looks like a wild ride. Also playing at May Cinema 6, you can check out The Conjuring Last Rites, which has been very, very popular. Him, Gabby's Dollhouse the movie, The Long Walk, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, Downton Abbey the grand finale, Saturday and Sunday matinees of The Bad Guys 2, and get ready for a big movie next Thursday in Avatar Way of the Water 3D release. Remember, movies are just $8 all month long at May Cinema 6, and you get showtimes and tickets to all upcoming movies, including One Battle After Another at maytheaters.com. Live in Lloyd is brought to you by the Vic Juba Theatre and May Cinema 6. Want to see your child's future take shape after high school? Visit Lakeland College's open house October 17th and 18th at the Vermilion and Lloydminster campuses. Explore Lakeland's career-focused programs, tour labs and residences, and talk with instructors who care about student success. Plus, your child can apply for free while on campus. Learn more and RSVP. Visit lakelandcollege.ca/open house. Parents are welcome to attend too. The Lloydminster Bobcats hit the road for their first big road trip of the season. The Bobcats will be in Drumheller tonight, Calgary tomorrow, Canmore on Sunday, before returning home next weekend to play the Olds Grizzlies. The new head coach of the Lloydminster Bobcats is Eric Labrosse, and I asked him what it's going to take for the Bobcats to succeed this year.
There's one thing I think that's been proven statistically is in the past few seasons I've always had the most disciplined teams in the league. So that's one thing I try to reinforce on the players, that discipline will get you far. Relentless work ethic, I think, is something that will bring you far also. I've won a few championships as a coach, and it's never been with the most talented teams. It's always been with the teams that are the most connected, united as a group, that buy into the same structure, and guys that work for each other.
Well, as our farmers get done harvest, we get closer and closer to making our final Meals in the Fields draw. This is the draw, of course, for a wrap-up party for up to 50 people with the same great food that we have delivered 3 times earlier this year, with that very popular Diamond 7 Meats roast beef and that delicious salad and dessert from Sobeys. So keep those nominations coming in, and remember, there's also a draw to win 160 acres of spraying from Bradley Air Spray. Just visit our Facebook page to nominate a farmer. Our thanks to all of the terrific sponsors: Farm Credit Canada, Diamond 7 Meats, The Tent Guys, Asset Link Heavy Equipment Sales, Vical Agro, Sobeys Lloydminster, Bradley Air Spray, and, if I haven't told the story yet, the Gary Melka Foundation. Gary passed away a few years ago. He left behind some dollars for Meals in the Fields because he thought feeding the people who feed the world was a very good thing to do. It's not just a name, it is Superior Water. Superior Water has 2 locations in Lloydminster, and they're open on Sundays to make filling your big blue jugs a whole lot quicker and easier. And if you want great tasting water right from your tap, call Superior Water and ask about their under-the-sink reverse osmosis systems. 780-875-6636. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste. After all, it is Superior Water. Open on 57th Avenue, Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 5. And if you can't get it in those hours, you can stop by their coin-operated location by 7-Eleven, just off Highway 17 South. We'll take a break and come back here at the new Lloydminster Nissan and talk about commemoration events for Truth and Reconciliation Day, which is coming up on Tuesday.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal. And that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and will help you get your life back. They're Lloydminster's local restoration company. You see their name on the BioClean Aquatic Center. You see them sponsoring great events like the one held yesterday, the Economic Partnership, and BioClean Disaster Services is giving back because they're local, and they're not only local, they're Lloydminster's largest restoration company. 1-833-246-8326. They'll take care of your property, they'll take care of your belongings, but more than anything, take care of you and your family. That's BioClean Disaster Services, celebrating 10 years in Lloydminster. Well, we want to welcome back to the show Cynthia Young. Of course, we've had Cynthia on the show many, many times, and it is always fantastic to see Cynthia. And sometimes when I'm out at an event like I was at yesterday and I see Cynthia, it calms me down. If I'm nervous about something or wondering about something and I see Cynthia there, it just, for some reason, Cynthia, you bring me peace. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And she has brought with her from the Dreamcatchers Club, Leah Gibb is here as well. Now, Leah is a senior. She's celebrating graduation this year. And so we've been telling her all the horror stories that have happened to us since we graduated and how school is so much better. And don't leave, Leah. Just stay in school forever.
I got you.
Yeah. But I mentioned we're going to talk about the commemoration activities that are happening in Lloydminster for Truth and Reconciliation Day. There was something I learned yesterday, Cynthia, that it is a commemoration, not a celebration.
Exactly. We want it to be something that is coming from the Indigenous people and giving back to them. And our biggest thing is teaching our non-Indigenous people about our Indigenousness, whether it be treaties, our culture, our food. We want to teach them everything good about ourselves. So that's the big thing that we try and promote all the time, whether it's through my school, through all the boards I sit on, through the agencies I sit with and help and assist with. So it's a big project. It's a big undertaking to make sure we pass those teachings on well.
I've got to get a new orange shirt. For some reason, mine was a little tight this morning when I tried it.
We got so many at the school right now. We'll hook you up.
Well, let's talk about Monday and Tuesday. Okay. Tell us what's happening with the Cultural Connections at Weaver Park.
So Cultural Connections, a couple agencies across Lloydminster got together and decided to do something really big that would make a good place for people to come and learn things. So we partnered with the city. Tanisha Young was one of the ones that wanted something good to come because there was always people telling their stories about residential schools, but some of our people aren't quite ready. Some of them are. Some of them have a voice, and some of them are okay with sharing that. but we don't want to put people on the spot with sharing those kind of stories, and we kind of all have an understanding of what's happened. But what we need to do is spread that seed of all the other good things about our culture and teach them those things so they have an understanding about our culture, so that then they know where we're coming from and they have an understanding. That's the biggest thing. So we're putting up teepees in the Weaver Park by the old Log House Church. There'll be about 6 teepees there Sunday afternoon. And each teepee is going to have different teachings in it. Lakeline College is part of it, the Métis Society, LPSD, LCSD, and the museum is going to have an event there for people to participate with. My event is going to be, my Dreamcatcher students are going to be reading stories to students and telling them about how good it is to explore their Indigenousness, their identity, and what their identity is, and talk about that, because not all of our students know what it means to be Métis or knows what it means to be treaty, or, so it's a good place to start that seed of who are you? And how do you feel about that? And make sure you feel comfortable about that, because it's okay to be that. So those kind of things, and that's what the Dreamcatchers are going to do there. So we have hair teachings, we have medicine teachings. The museum's got an event there that we're going to put some different color and Indigenous cloth weaved into the fence, and they're going to put it up. Things like that. And then the Métis Society is going to tie little orange ribbons for people who have memories, loved ones, anybody that has been touched by residential schools. So we're going to do that. On the 30th, we're starting the day in a good way. It's a big day. It's our way of showing respect to everybody who's been involved or touched by those residential schools. So we'll lift the pipe, call our grandfathers to have a perfect day. And we'll have that in RTP at LCSD.
Is it 6 teepees? Is it bigger than last year?
I can't remember how many teepees we had last year.
Tent.
Yep, so the Trappers Tent is the Métis Society, and they have different events going on. It's very supportive. They're going to have the Bebe Project there, which comes out of Holy Rosary, and the Bebe Project was founded when through the food drives and stuff, there wasn't things there for babies and mothers and formula and whatever mother may need. So the Bebe Project specifically raises money to buy those needs for the food drives and stuff.
Is it open to the public, Cynthia, or is this something the school kids are doing?
So the school kids are going to be there Monday and Tuesday. We got 500 students coming through both days, and we've opened it to the public. It's very important for the public to have chances like this to come and learn stuff like what we're going to be presenting. Last year we had a lady who homeschools her kids and has never been able to take them to anything Indigenous, and was so grateful and so excited to be part of that last year. So that was one of my stories that I took from last year, but lots of people come through. Anybody who's willing to learn, anybody who wants a delicious piece of bannock, you come out and enjoy yourself and do some learning and explore what our culture is about.
Is there a cost to come on?
Not that I know of. No, we don't charge anything. Everybody just comes, and there's the tents, and as long as there's rooms in the tent, we'll put you in with the teepee, not the tent, the teepee. And we'll make sure they're packed at every presentation, so.
You kind of summed this up a little bit with saying Tanisha had wanted this because it was an opportunity to tell stories. Are elders telling more? Are they coming with more of those stories?
Well, with everything,
Is the healing working, I guess is what I'm asking.
I'd have to say it is. Lots of our elders are healing that way when they get their voice. With the finding of the 215, it gave lots of people a voice too. It opened up a lot, and it opened up a platform for people not to be scared anymore. So I'd say they're coming out more. Some of them are still very hurt, still have that backpack of hurt and stuff that they haven't dealt with. We pray for those people and hope they come out and, find some healing and stuff. And then we have those people who are healed and will come out and help with the storytelling or the pipe ceremony and know how important it is for all those people to have access to that knowledge.
Lots of activities for kids. I think there'll be some people that might be hesitant to come out because it is open to the school kids. They'll say, wow, why should you go if you're an adult? And in the public eye.
Come out and learn. For me, it's a great way to learn. You sit there and you watch those little kids learning and taking in what's being taught to them, and it just shows you that it's okay at any age to learn. So if you're hesitant, don't be. Come out, we'll welcome everybody. If we have to squat and sit and have a story on the side, we'll accommodate that. We'll do whatever we need to do to make sure everybody feels comfortable. My students are encouraged. They know what to watch for if people are uncomfortable. So they'll go up to those people and say, hey, come and see what we're doing. So for years, like Leah's been a student for 5 years, and she knows exactly what to do if someone feels uncomfortable. She'll recognize those things and she'll eliminate that for them and welcome them in, and hopefully we can do that with everybody who's a bit hesitant. But come and learn. That's the best thing. Knowledge is great, so come and learn. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. We don't bite. She might.
Leah, can you tell us about the Dreamcatchers Club?
Yeah, of course. I think it's just a really good place. Like, even if you're not even Indigenous, it's just a good opportunity to learn more about culture. Because I feel like just inside the classroom and English classes and Native studies and stuff, I've taken all those classes, and I feel like it covers a lot about the tragedies that happen, which is so important that we're aware and are learning about it, and that's information is getting out to more like upcoming students. But it's also, I don't see anything about the positives of the culture, all the amazing things we experienced during Dreamcatchers Club. So I just think it's a great way to like be able to connect with actual Indigenous people, and like all of the, like even the presentation yesterday that we went to, that was such a I feel educational experience, like, you know what I mean? Being able to hear other people's stories and being able to connect with someone, even if they're just presenting on a stage. And I feel like I've made so many friends and just like connections from other schools, or just like, from like the elementary kids that we have to like teach and educate, like at Weaver Park, for example. It's always so nice being able to like help people and help teach them more about a culture that I find so beautiful, that is so like even today is still so under like there's not enough awareness about it, yeah, about all the good things.
What do you do in Dreamcatchers?
Okay, so whenever we have sometimes we'll have an elder come in and talk to a couple of different classes just about what did we do last year when that elder came in?
He told us stories about Wisagachak and stuff like that, and how our stories and our learning always comes back to our land and stuff like that, and it always has a message or a moral.
Yeah.
I know my own kids always say, don't just teach me, just tell me, but a little story always comes back to a teaching. So that was what the elder was doing.
Yeah.
Well, I think Trish kind of talked about that yesterday too.
Oh, Deb.
Learning with your, some people learn with their hands. It's a lot easier to watch somebody do it than you can do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Or else if you can relate it back to yourself, it's so much easier to actually keep that retained.
Yeah.
But what we do in Dreamcatchers is basically, so whenever we have any event like that, we'll usually we'll bring food, or we'll go out and buy some food for the elders and stuff, make sure the rooms are set up, make sure everything is 100% good to go. I know when the elder came, we served soup and bannock and then some like the little bake sale type thing. Yeah. So we were the ones giving out the food, making sure everybody had a plate, and then making sure the elders all the needs were fulfilled that he might have needed. We just make sure everyone's as comfortable as possible and to make sure it all runs smoothly. And we also occasionally I'm going to be reading at Weaver Park. We're usually the students in Dreamcatchers Club are usually the ones doing that. So yeah, I've learned so much in this club, because when I was in elementary school, we barely did anything. I remember in grade 5, we were learning about Indigenous culture and stuff, and this was in 2016, 2016, 2017. And I remember my dad being really confused, like, this is not the correct information of what I went through and what I know my history is, because my dad is Native. And, you know, it's just so great that we're getting more education, but like proper education on histories and unbiased education as well. Because it's so important that people know, like, the history of the countries they came from and the people that it affected, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think to wrap it up, I'm really glad that we have Dreamcatchers Club so people can learn both about the good and the bads about our culture.
How many students do you have in Dreamcatchers?
We have
15?
an average of about
10 to 15
Well, we
usually?
have 10 really good at comers, and then we have affiliates. So the ones that we pull, like artists, they'll know, and you know, they're Métis, but they can't always come to the meetings or they can't always attend the events, because when you think about a high school student, we have volleyball, football, we have a golf team now, you know, so they can't always make those events, but when we need them, we're able to pull them and they're able to come and help us and assist us. So we have about 25 good, strong students.
Leah mentioned, like, from elementary school. I see you doing, are you doing more with elementary schools these days, or are you just stretched a little too thin?
I'm really busy. I'm a wonderful busy, I call it, right from the morning right till the afternoon. This morning I had a 9 o'clock, had a 10 o'clock with you, I have a 1 o'clock, and then on Sunday I have a 3 o'clock. So, you know, I am busy, and it's a good busy, and we're waking up. It's a good time to be pro-Indigenous, because all these things are being laid out. The truth has come out. We know what's happened. And now we know we're taking that step to reconciliation. You know, we're doing those things. We're making these events for people to attend. You know, and that's part of that action. Come and learn what reconciliation means, that golden rule. Treat each other the way you want to be treated, right? So, you know, it's good that way. And Murray Sinclair coined it up really well too, and he said, I'll be your friend. Do you want to be my friend? You know, and that's what it is. So fostering that and making sure we're getting that message out there. We're busy. We're a good busy, but we're busy, so it is good.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Leah. We appreciate your guys' time.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to find out about the Native Friendship Center and their commemorations that they have going on. And one of those that they're going to hold is a community walk. So we'll get the details on that in just a moment.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at L&A CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at L&A CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. L&A CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
Welcome to Wellings of Lloydminster, a community of ageless explorers. At Wellings, age is but a number and adventure is always part of the day. Come experience carefreedom living at Wellings of Lloydminster, where adults 55 plus enjoy a vibrant, stress-free way of life with a whole lot of fun. You can stop in and say hello to their new general manager, Nicole, at 7211 72nd Avenue on the Alberta side, and visit wellingsoflloydminster.com for more. Wellings of Lloydminster, carefreedom living starts here. Welcome back inside the new Lloydminster Nissan, and we have Jolene McGillis joining us from the Lloydminster Native Friendship Center, and Lori Harris joining us as well. Ladies, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving us
Thanks for having us.
Some of your time. I was just grabbing some water for you, and John said, hey, I thought Orange Shirt Day was Tuesday. He's seen all the orange shirts walking around today.
Yes,
and
well,
I said,
I just put mine on when I came to come here. Yeah.
I said, yeah, it is Tuesday, but events are starting right away. But the Lloydminster Native Friendship Center has always held a special place here in Lloydminster for me with Truth and Reconciliation Day and the community walk that you guys hold. I think it's fantastic. It's a walk that I missed last year because of a doctor's appointment. And so this year I am not missing it, and I always appreciate that, along with Red Dress Day as well, that you guys hold. I think it's important to attend these things. And so let's get into what you have going on Tuesday on the 30th for Truth and Reconciliation Day.
Okay, well, we usually do a walk. It's been tradition for many, many years. So we meet at City Hall, and then we walk around the civic block led by a drummer and hopefully a dancer, and that does the jingle dance. That's a healing dance. And then we come back and we have some speakers. We have 2 people that are sharing their residential school story this year. I believe that that's going to be really moving. I have quite a few schools coming to participate in the walk. And then we end with a community, with a big group round dance of bringing it together. And I think it's important to, get to know your culture, and all of those things are super important. But on this day in particular, I think it's important to the people I work with and I'm an ally with, our First Nations people, to not forget, kind of like we don't forget our veterans. Let's not forget those kids that died and what happened. I think it's important to remember. And then think about what we can do to go forward with Truth and Reconciliation.
Yesterday I attended the Economic Partnership Summit, and something just stuck with me when they said it's not a celebration, it's a commemoration. Jolene, can you take us through how you perceive the entire day and what the Native Friendship Center is doing and how important that is?
For me, it's important remembering what my family's been through, going back in history of my great-grandma, my grandma, and my mom, and I see how that's affected them through the years. So to me, it is a day to remember. It's also a day to heal. It's also to remember, like Lori said, the kids that didn't get to come home. 2 years ago, when first started coming out about them finding the kids, and the first one, the 200 and some there in BC, I had taken our youth out to the Red Teepee by Onion Lake, and they had a little memorial out there, and there was little shoes around there, and some of the kids didn't know what that meant, and so I had to explain to them what that meant, and we had a little cry, and then some of them actually said their own little prayers to the kids that didn't come home. It was very meaningful, but it was also something that stuck really close to me that year. And I felt like I was able to also teach them something, but also help them to heal a little bit too. So it very much, it affects me, and it affects my coworkers too. They've been through their stuff too, so it's important to me.
You mentioned that you have some students coming, but it is open to the public. You want to make sure that everybody knows they can come attend all events.
We would like everyone to come. If you want to learn how to put up a teepee, we have the grade 8 land-based class from Derek Highland's class is coming to help us set up the teepee, and it'll be a learning experience for all of those students, as well as for anybody that wants to come watch and help. And just the event itself, I think if you've never come, it's really moving to see everybody wearing orange and walking around that civic block and just thinking about why we're there. And then hearing a couple of stories. These ladies came forward to us and wanted to share their story. We never approach anyone and sort of force them to talk, because they need to talk when they're ready. And these ladies volunteered that they would really like to share their story with the community. So I think it will be very good.
Jolene, how important is it that your elders are feeling like they can start to tell their stories?
I think that it's very important, because they weren't allowed to share their culture, who they are, any of those things. So I think it's very important that they feel safe, that they can share who they are and their story, and it's powerful and it's healing, and it helps a little bit to move forward.
I think you mentioned dealing with children, and you mentioned dealing with elders. Are we seeing some, like I asked Cynthia earlier, is it starting to get easier? Are we starting to see a change? She felt we were. Do you feel like we're starting to see a change?
I feel like we are, because now that it's between me and my mom, like we've had our history of where we had some disconnect, but today I can honestly say our relationship is stronger than ever. But that took us time of healing and learning how to love correctly, because we didn't know, like my mom didn't, pass down like that. There's addictions and whatnot, so it's been learning, but I see it coming down to even myself with my children. It's closing, and it's getting better for me with going with my kids forward.
What time do things get started on Tuesday?
Things get started at 1 o'clock, and this is a poster of our event. We have some new shirts this year, which were designed by a co-worker with the turtle. And 1 o'clock, and then the walk will start about 1:15. So we'll gather at 1, and it will start at 1:15. Leave that with you.
And then you come, and will the elders be speaking at the
right there. We do it all out at City Hall, so we don't have to move. We have some donations from 2 sponsors.
Superstore and Co-op.
Yeah, Superstore and Co-op that with juice and cookies for whoever might want one, and we'll have water for people to take around the walk. And I just wanted to add one more thing to what Jolene said. I'm really seeing, I'm teaching a group of 12 young, I have 1 male and 11 women that have come from addiction. They've been clean and sober for almost 2 years, and now they're wanting to move forward. So they're in my Skills to Succeed program. And we just talked about that, the breaking, they're trying to break the cycle and come out of, and I think when they hear, or anyone hears, an elder's story, they start to think about their own family and maybe gain some understanding of why things were how they were and how they ended up where they are. And now that they can move forward, I think that's really important.
You mentioned you have, did you say 11 females, one?
Yeah, one male.
I don't think we should, Jolene, why am I not surprised by that? Is it like, I don't know. Is there something there that it's easier to reach the females? Or is it, I'm curious about that.
Well,
it doesn't surprise me though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that females, and I know for myself, are more feelings type of people.
Easier to forgive?
Maybe. We like to talk too. We share. Men, in some ways,
That's
have the tough. You know, does that make sense?
Yep, that's probably it. Does that make sense to you, Lori? It makes a lot of sense to me now that
It does, and I also think that they have children. They have little kids in their care. They're responsible for those little children. And so they know that if they want a better life for their children, they've got to make changes. They have to get an education. They have to move forward. And so I think that more moms end up being, you know, all 11 of them are single moms, just trying to get a better life.
you mentioned the teepee raising. What time is that?
The teepee raising is going to be at 10 in the morning. And if anybody wants to come out and help or watch, or we're setting up a little bit differently. We're usually set up by the cenotaph, but we're going to set up by the trees and face out this way this year. So we're going to give it a little bit of a different look and see how that goes.
But be there at a little before 1.
Yeah, meet at 1 o'clock, and then we'll be all ready to go as soon as, it takes a while to gather all the students that are either walking or coming by bus, and yeah.
Anything else I'm forgetting? We need people to know about
Not
Tuesday?
a thing, just wear orange, come and join us. We would love to have you. I know that there's quite a few businesses and things that are closed that day, so come on down and be part of something amazing.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. As Lori mentioned, there's a lot of businesses that are closed. We're going to take the day on Tuesday to attend many events here in Lloydminster, and we'll be back with you on Wednesday. Have a fantastic weekend, and go Riders.